Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the tangle Ricewood from CZT Jody Genovese. Now, this is a recent release, might even be today's, from tanglepatterns.com. If you have not subscribed there yet, highly recommend it. Okay. So this one is a tad tricky, and hopefully I can help make it a little bit easier. That's always my goal. Okay. First part is easy. In the middle of wherever you want this, we're going to put 4, I'm going to call them seed shapes because that's what we call them, and to get into a different habit, because for this we're going to call them rice. Get the rice part. Rice, seed, same thing. Okay. At least in my book today. All right. 4 in the center of wherever you want this. Then we're going to put 4 more. So extending from here, leaving a bit of space. Now, if you've done the tangle ratoon from Zentangle, the concept is similar, so that will probably be helpful if you've done that one, but not necessary, of course. But if you're kind of like, I think I've done this before, that's why. Okay, then from here, we're going to come from this little crevice, right? Yes, and we're going to essentially aura this part of the seed shape and land right here on the end of that seed. So like that ish. I kind of made it. Now I will say this one, I mean, it is pretty forgiving because I'm doing it. All right, so we have that, which I think that looks pretty cool, just like that. And what I decided to do, because I needed to help myself, was to split up some of these steps. So I'm doing them not all in one stroke, which you certainly could if you want. Well, although I think that, putting the seed shape on the end, that's, oh no, we do that already. But anyway, so this step, let me just see, did she do that? See. Yes. It's the after this that I split up. Okay. And this, whichever way you wish to go, is fine with you. I did put an arrow because I found it easiest coming from the top of this seed shape. We're going to come up, around, and end right here on this line. So I did put a little arrow on mine, but if it works easier for you to do it from here, by all means. And we're going to do that for all of them. And I'll show you the other part that you could finish this step up if you wanted to. And, oh yeah, I'll do that right now. So here, because the next step is to, and it's really not in one stroke, it'd be like in one thought process, we could say. So coming around here and then coming back down on the other side, hollow bowing underneath this. So you could do that all in one if you wish. I kind of find it nice to just separate it like that. Okay. Next, she says, now I suppose you could stop here and take a look, because I did the normal Heather thing, didn't scroll all the way down, and luckily I was making my own step outs, and I apparently did it right. So, which I gave myself a little pat on the back. But do scroll all the way down so that way you can see it from Jody's hand. That I think that's always, wonderful. So, from here, because she thinks if you want to add the tendrils, so what we can do, and so for this though, we're not going to draw the seed shapes first. so what I decided to do, here's how I decided to do my step out, or my version, I should say, is we're going to essentially aura, and she said starting on the left, and she said it doesn't really matter which way you start, but do it consistently. So, and because she mentions in the explanation that she kind of gets a betweed look here. And if you've done the tangle betweed, you see that, like you have this line, then this one is meeting it. So naturally, if you were doing that tangle, the next line would kind of go here. So we'll start there, and we're going to, and this is my interpretation, auraing that and then coming around the back side like that, and we'll just put a seed shape here. And then, I probably got that a little too close, but it's okay. Oops, let me make sure there we go. Sorry if I was off camera because I was looking at her step out. Okay. And then this one, I found it easiest here to just come around the seed shape like that, and then just come down like that. And essentially, it's almost like we're hollowing this, and it's kind of merging into this line. It's kind of interesting how it all works out. I have 3 more chances if that didn't make any sense. All right, so we're going to do it again. And here, again, hollowing this, or auraing this line, hollowing underneath here, though. So like that. And this is wherever you want to put that seed shape, you could. Oh, I've left me no room at the top there. Barely. And this is one of those things that if you're relatively consistent with the the aura spacing, then you don't really have to think too much about it. Okay, that's my excuse. That's my reasoning for I'm just not going to think about it. It'll all work out in the end. And it kind of does. Like that. And, because I tell you, I had a heck of a time trying to, until I scroll down, trying to figure out what she meant. And then I was like, oh, I really need to put a note on my screen that says, make sure to scroll down. Just because it's the end of the step out doesn't mean it's the end of the step out. It's kind of like on some of these videos where I think of something afterwards, and then, and I say, hey, do you stay to the end and watch the credits and see what surprises you? All right, so now we have one side. And now we're going to flip and do the other side. Now this, you can continue to have as much fun as you want going back and forth. That is completely up to you and how much room you have. We will see. I think I'm just going to have room for this. So here, same thing. We're going to start here. And we're just doing it on the other side. And I'm just kind of like wherever it seems to land is where it lands. I'm not necessarily aiming for anything. And then for some reason, I naturally just did it this way. But let me point out. So when we were doing the other ones, well, it was the same as this, where we were putting, we were starting the aura the same as we did here. This one, here's the reasoning. We want the aura to kind of come underneath this line. So like when we're doing here, we're coming around and it looks like it's, this path is coming underneath here. And somehow is, the other side of this. So it needs to be on that other side. Here, it's just the opposite because we're going the opposite side. So start your auraing here, come around. I hope that makes sense. Just watching hopefully helps. So it's kind of opposite, where we're starting that from the way we have done it up until this point. And maybe just thinking, okay, opposite side means opposite. And let's see, I got one more here. like that. And then you kind of get, like I said, you kind of get this betweed look in the middle there. And like I said, you can keep going however you want. And honestly, they could kind of go wherever. So, and I'm just picturing, let's see, and then just keep alternating. So if I did it, well, you know what, let me just I'm going to do one more. If I was going to do another one, so I'm going to come from this side, and I can put it wherever I want it. So we just have to keep that in mind. So this could end up one of those where it's like, I don't know where to stop. And here, yeah, and I do have room. But that's where, yeah, just picturing you're coming out on the other side there. Let's get that. Yeah, so I'm not, because here's what I was thinking to begin with. Oh, well, I have to come all the way up here and make it taller. And then just now, I'm like, no, you don't. You can do what we want. It's all good. All right. And looks like I got just one more. And that I'm not going to be able to fit any more in there. There we go. All right. Oh, well, I hope if you tried it and were stuck, you know, if you do subscribe to Tangle Planners and you saw it, you're stuck, I hope that this was a help. I'm really feeling like I need to have some contrast in here, but you know what? I'm going to shade first and then see where we go from there. Okay. And this, because we do have some, what I like to call over and unders. Ooh, like, oh, you know, this could be almost like when I shade Halabow. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just follow right here, and I'm just going to start there. We're going to do just that one side. Oh, and I might as well go up here. Oh, you know what? Yeah, let's just take it all the way. I'm almost thinking I could go all the way. You know what? Let's do it. That whole side. I'm like, wait a minute. Did I just get lost? No, I didn't. Because it can stand up and off of the paper. That's fine. Because it would be the highest thing. Highest meaning towards me. That's the way I think. Just bringing it out a little bit like that. I might fill in those seed shapes in the middle. I don't know. I could so see doing this on a Zendala or you know, a round tile, and or just on a bigger piece of paper. Period, bigger something, and just kind of go into town with it. That could be fun. Look at how that just made that pop. That's amazing. Okay, and then let's see. Well, we kind of have, if I'm focusing on this first bit here, right here, it goes under. Actually, on all of those, I can just go ahead and do those. And then we'll see where we're at. I think I toss things. It's like I don't think about it, but all of a sudden it's like I just had that in my hand. Where did it go? And just bringing it up a little bit, having a bit of a thinner tortillon is helpful because I'm aiming to not go outside the lines, or not too far out anyway. It's looking neat. Okay. Yep, that looks neat, but I know we're not done. All right, because, and then again, this covered all of this side, but here we might want to just, and could go darker too. Oh, I said I covered that already. Or if I didn't, like this, you can always add some. If it, you know, didn't go out far enough, like just like I just did. Yeah, like see here, it's just like, no, it didn't go out that far. And that just helps. Uh-huh. All right. Now, here's what I'm thinking. Ooh, okay, because this is small. I don't know why I need to turn that around 100 times. Oh, okay. So here's how we could look at this. You know what? I think I'm just going to do it. Because this looks like it's under this. This looks like it's under this. Same thing here. Same thing here. So let's see if I can bring that out in that direction. Yep. Part of me was thinking, although that way I'll leave that one out. Part of me was thinking you can just put some graphite. But there might be just a little something extra doing it this way. But you could, if you're like, oh, I don't want to mess with all that. Just put some right, just connect all those corners. Yeah, this one side, it's a little bit dark because I have that shadow going there, but that's kind of, it kind of works. Okay. And again, if you're working on something bigger, it's going to help because then you have a little bit more room. This you can still see though. Yeah. That was a lot. It's a lot of steps. So up to you. Really, really neat. I see I need to connect this one line. And then, oh, you know what? I'm going to start this. I'm just going to try just thickening one side of the seed shapes. Because that's kind of I think that's a neat look. Versus just filling it all the way in. And if I don't like it and I think I still need to fill it in, guess what? I can do that too. All right. Well, as I do this, I hope that you're enjoying this one. If you are, please click on the like button. And do let me know in the comments if this has helped. I always like to know that. I do try to respond at some point. Oh, and then I always say, if you liked it enough to see more and you have not yet subscribed to the channel, I'd love to have you be a subscriber here. In the description section, I mentioned you would find links to, I kind of liking this, links to the step outs. And then below that, I have my link tree, which has all my, social media, other interesting links. If you're interested in classes, I do teach twice a week, actually 4 times because I do it. I have 2 sessions. These are Tuesdays and Thursdays are the days that I teach at the moment. And whatever I do, I always do it twice. I have an AM and a PM. That's for my time session. Oh, I got them all. I went all the way around. But yeah, would love to have you join. Really neat. Okay, I'm happier with it now. And I think I like just that little bit of contrast in there instead of filling it in solid. That's my story. That's my story today. I'm sticking to it. But yeah, so in the, on my link tree, you'll find all my social media. You can follow my blog from my website. Can also, I was just seeing something and I wanted to see if I could correct it, or adjust it, course correct it. Yeah, like it. Yeah, this one takes a little extra brain power. It sure does. So, but once you get it, I think you kind of, then you got it. And it's still going to take a little bit more focus than the average tangle, but that can be well worth it. So, what else in the description section? I'll say if you're interested in hanging out with a bunch of tangle addicts, besides coming to our classes live, we have a Tangle Addicts community group on Facebook, and you can click that link, but know that there are 4 questions you have to answer in order to gain entry. I don't know if I mentioned it. I don't think I did. I have a lot of classes that are free Thursdays. It's called Tangle Time. Those are free. It's an hour. We take a tangle or 2. This one would have been for Tough Tangle Tuesday for sure. And that is also free, but it's on the 3rd Tuesday of the month, generally. Everything is, of course, subject to change. And then the other ones on Tuesday are either have a fee, or I have the first Tuesday of every month is reserved for my subscription club members. And information for that, if you're interested, is also on the link tree. So with that, thank you so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.